everyone, my name is Olivia Holden and I'm an illustrator based in the UK. So today I'm back with the Be Ready Explorer team for the next Paint Along With Me video. So you might have followed my first two videos with the Be Ready Explorers. There is the Switzerland Paint Along With Me and also the Senegal edition. And today we're going to do a new workshop based on the latest Be Ready Explorers guide, where the Be Ready Explorers visit Antarctica. So quite a challenging climate with lots of different obstacles that the little adventurers will face. So just like the Be Ready Explorers in the adventure guide, we are going to solve these problems, overcome the obstacles that crop up on our journey, on our hike, and we're going to create a big hiking trail map. So I'm going to get a blank piece of paper like this, and we're going to draw out a big hiking trail map, and we're going to put some obstacles along the way, and we'll talk about how we can overcome these obstacles. And we're also going to have some fun and create some imaginary characters that will help us on our trip, help us overcome these obstacles in our path, and talk about what we like when we do go on a hike and what kind of nature we like to see and landscapes that we like to cross. I know I love going on hikes. It's where I feel most calm. When I'm having a bad day or things are just getting on top of me a little bit and I'm feeling stressed, I try and take myself off for a hike with people that I enjoy being around, and it just sort of brings me back down to where I need to be and makes me feel calm and like myself again. So that's why I love hiking. As much as I love to see the beautiful scenery, it makes me feel better. So have a think about why you like to hike and what kind of nature and surroundings you like to go for walks in. I like to climb mountains really and be up high so that I can then look across and see for miles and miles. I also do like to be among trees and among lots of greenery, just feel quite calm and peaceful when I am among trees and water as well. So I like to incorporate, some kind of water or river or lake, some kind of peaceful water that I can maybe take a dip in if it's a nice day on my hike. What kind of nature you like to see when you go on your hike, and then we can start thinking about creating our hiking trail. So before we begin, we are going to just have a little chat about what it takes to be a good explorer and think about a few words that we can come up with to describe the qualities you need to possess to be a good explorer and to reach your goals. So because the next trip is based in Antarctica, which is a very challenging climate to visit, we're going to look at a few words that the explorers will need to possess to go there. So does anyone actually know what determination means? It does actually explain it in the next Be Ready Explorer guide. It has a beautiful definition of the word determination, and it says, Determination is an inner decision to accomplish something no matter how difficult. So, that is something that you need as a good adventurer. You need to set out your goal to accomplish something or achieve where you want to go, and no matter how difficult it may seem, it's that finding that inner strength to keep going and keep pushing forward until you achieve what you set out to do. So whether that's climbing a mountain or running a 5-kilometre race, it's setting a goal and not giving up until you achieve it. And that can take months, it can take years, but it's just working slowly towards the goal that you set out to do. So that's what you need. Determination is key for any explorer, because it's about being determined not to give up, and that is the main focus of our hiking trail today. It's not giving up when obstacles are thrown into our path. So I'm going to do a little map of a few words that I think are very key to being a good explorer. So if you just have a little think as well, you don't have to write it down, you can just think in your head a few words that you would like to possess to be an explorer and to carry with you when you go on your next hike. So I've just wrote down a few things that I want to remember next time I go on a hike. And the question I've asked myself is, what makes a good explorer? So determination, we just talked about determination and why it is essential for any good hiker. Alongside that is perseverance, learning from mistakes, because any route is going to be difficult. Any route that you decide to take, not everything is plain sailing, so there's going to be bumps in the road along the way, and there's going to be things that might go wrong or that you might do wrong, but it's learning from the mistakes and handling them and overcoming your own mistakes and thinking, well, I won't do that way next time, I'm gonna try things this way. And it's only when you make mistakes that you really do learn and you grow from them. So making mistakes isn't such a bad thing, because you know then how to do it next time. Endurance to carry on. So you need that endurance for when you do make mistakes and you feel like you can't carry on. You have to dig deep and find that strength and find that endurance to keep going. And finally, overcoming obstacles, which we have spoken about a little bit. There's always going to be obstacles along the way, and it's how you overcome them and how you solve a problem to carry on and keep going. So, now that we know what it takes to be a good hiker, we are going to figure out our own hiking trail. So you need a big piece of paper like this, and I'm going to draw my hike on here. I'm going to think about all the things that I like to see when I go for a hike. I like to see rivers, trees, water, rocky climbs, long grass, things like that, and I'm going to draw my hiking trail on my paper. So I'd start with a path. I'm going to start with a path, and that's the path that I'm going to follow to reach my goal, which will be the top of the mountain. From here, I want to be able to look out and see lots of lovely views, and if it's dark, see some stars as well. So I'll start at the beginning, and I'm going to draw my path. I'm going to put some obstacles along the way, and I'm going to have my end goal down here at the bottom. So if you do the same, get a big piece of paper and draw out the route that you want to take on your hike. So I've drawn out my little trail, as you can see. The path that I'm going to take to get to the stargazing spot at the top of the mountain. So if you have a little think about where you want to go on your hike and what is your end goal, what is it that you want to achieve when you get to the finish line. So for me, it's a perfect stargazing spot, and I've drawn out my path and I've drawn different things that I like to see along the way. So I've put some trees in there, I've put a river in there, some rocky mountains and hills, and I'm just going to paint it up now, and hopefully you'll see it a little bit more and see it come together. But I want you to use your imagination and draw a trail that you can follow with lots of different things that you can see along the way, and make it really fun and interesting. Use your imagination. It can be really imaginative, and you could see some really cool and unexpected things along the way. So just have fun with that. So what I've done for mine is I've just put a really rough sort of wash, a watercolour type wash over my paper just for the background of my nature trail, and I'm going to add the details on top now. So this is just a really light water sort of wash that you can then paint on top of your trees, your river, your rocks, anything like that. Just so that, you know, it keeps it fresh, keeps it fun. You're just putting down the colours, and then you can add the details on top of that. So I've now finished my hiking trail, so I'll give you a little look. It's very colourful, but you can see that it's got lots of different elements on it. We actually start the trail. Okay, so we start the trail here, and straight away we get to an obstacle of a river. So we need to somehow get over the river, and then we have to walk through the trees and round through this long swishy grass, down through the swishy grass, up over these mountains, rocky climb, up to the mountains, to the very, very top of the mountain, until we find our special spot for the stargazing. So there we go, that is our trail. So there's a couple of obstacles which we need to get over to finish our trail and get to the very end, our end goal of finding the perfect spot for stargazing. So first of all, we have a river which we need to cross. We need to get through all those trees, through some swishy grass, and up and over some mountains. So there's 4 obstacles there on our hiking trail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some characters with me on my trail, and each one will help me overcome the obstacle. So I want you to use your imagination here and think about something that you could take with you on your trail that will help you overcome each obstacle that may fall into your path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out some pieces of card, just small, and like so, and I'm going to draw my characters that are going to help me on my hike. So first of all, I'm going to draw myself on the hike. So the first obstacle is the river. So I'm actually going to bring a frog with me, and he can leap across the river and help us all get across. And the next thing that we come to is the trees. So I'll be taking a monkey, I think, to help us swing through the trees. And the next thing is the swishy grass. So I think I am going to take a tiger. And the last obstacle is the climbing the mountains, which I will help to do, because that is all we need on our hike to reach our end goal. And now you can colour in your little characters that you've drawn, and then we can go on our hike, and every obstacle, each person will help the others to overcome their fears and get through the obstacle. So basically I've drawn out my little characters here, and I'm going to cut round them, each of them, so that you can almost take them on your hike trail yourself. You've kind of got a little board game that you could do. You can create stories, poems, anything. You could, make your own game. Use your imagination of what could happen inside your little world of the hiking trail. You could even keep these in your pocket for the next time you go on a real hike, and pull out your hiking trail map. You can add obstacles to it while you're on your hike. Use your little friend characters here to sort of overcome any tricky things that you find on your hike, and just have lots of fun with your new creation. So I will take you through my hike in a minute when I've cut. So here we have it. We've got our little characters, and the first thing we get to is the river. So the frog can actually leapfrog us all over the river together, and the next thing we get to is the trees, which the monkey can swing us all around the trees. And then we've got the swishy grass, which the tiger can help us all get through, with the little bird on his back who'll fly up over the grass so we know exactly where we're going. And the mountains, I will lead us all up the mountains to our stargazing spot at the very end. So I hope you really enjoyed the workshop today. It's a little bit different to what you normally do. Created like a story starter, and hopefully you can use your hike trail to create your characters and perhaps write a story or play a game, or you can use it for anything really. You can take out your little characters when you go on a hike, keep them in your pocket. Hopefully yours are cut out a bit neater than mine, because mine are not the best at cutting out. So you can keep them in your pocket and you can pull them out when you go on a real hike, and they can help you get across your obstacles. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the painting workshop and enjoyed creating your own hike trail with your own little map, with your end goal and your start point, and I hope that you get to reach your goal. So thank you for watching today, and I'll see you soon.